Welcome to Fabulously Flawed with your host, Marni, where Mondays mean motivation, and by Wednesday, we're dishing out dazzling advice with a Newsweek twist. This is your go-to spot for embracing the mess, celebrating the successes, and never letting anyone dull your sparkle. Join us for laughs, life lessons, and a whole lot of fun. Fabulously Flawed, where perfect is overrated and every flaw is fabulous.
Hey, fabulously flawed friends, fabulous listeners. Thank you for joining me on my Newsweek Wednesdays. Why do I say Newsweek Wednesdays? Because I am the most humbled and honored as I say this. I have been given an opportunity to be an opinion piece writer for Newsweek. They have different sections throughout. They have What Should I Do? People write in, whether it has to do with relationships, family and parenting, children, what should I do across the board? So a lot of these situations are different, but the emotions are so familiar that we can all relate on some level. So thank goodness I have had so much trauma, lived through my trauma, learned why I had trauma, and I'm able to take my wisdom and share it with Newsweek. I mean, come on, Newsweek. This isn't like my little local, Hollywood little newspaper or something, Hollywood, Florida, not LA, but like this is like friggin' Newsweek. So I am just the most honored and humbled, which is why every Wednesday I thought it would be fun to share a video. I should do it by video too. Actually, I shouldn't say I should because that's should shaming. Side note, I can't wait to start videoing everything that I'm doing to put a face behind my voice. So in any event, the situations are different from what we've experienced, but the emotions and family and feelings are universal. So hopefully you could take something from this and possibly use it in your real life. So Tesla driver dragged for using car feature against son's partner's wishes. Online commenters have backed a woman who got into an argument with her, quote, sexist boyfriend and his father after he made her feel uncomfortable while in his car, disregarding her wishes. In the post that was shared on Reddit in January, she said, after a dinner with her boyfriend and his parents, the father was driving her home with his family when he decided to impress her by showing off his new Tesla's autopilot feature. Because she works with automated cars and knows about autopilot's faults and dangers, she asked him not to use it while she was in the car, but he disregarded her and used it anyway, although he later resumed driving normally. According to a report by the Insurance Institute for Highway Safety, 53% of Cadillac Super Cruise drivers, 42% of Tesla Autopilot users, and 12% of Nissan ProPilot users treat their cars' driver's assistant technologies as fully capable self-driving systems. However, the report said about 40% of Autopilot and Super Cruise drivers said their systems switched off automatically after their cars decided they were not paying sufficient attention. Smart. She wrote that she felt very unsafe and uncomfortable in the car and asked the father to stop and let her out of the car, but he would not do so. Oh my gosh. She couldn't get out of the car because the doors were locked. Her boyfriend did not take her side in this argument. Instead, he told her she was overreacting and that his father had used the car a lot, so it was fine. Oh my God. I forget that I wrote my opinion as I'm reading this because I'm thinking what I want to say. She wrote, I asked him, since we both go water rafting, would he ever get in without a life jacket? You don't do that. Life coach, empowerment coach, author Marni Goldman, that is me, told Newsweek that it's very unfortunate that bullying is just as prevalent among adults as it is in children. She said, this entire scenario has so many disturbing, disrespectful elements to it. This was a huge trigger for you, and your feelings were completely invalidated. To make matters worse, not only did you feel the invalidation, it must have felt like torture being mocked and teased for your fear. Your boyfriend, which I say lightly, unfortunately was not concerned with your feeling frightened and petrified, with you being frightened and petrified. I also said he allowed his father to basically torment you, prioritizing his dad's feelings over yours. Of course your pressure cooker popped and you exploded. Turning that against you is textbook and very cruel gaslighting. You were disrespected to the core. I go on. If this were a baseball game, strike, you're out. Part of self-love and self-care is knowing you're a queen and you don't deserve to be treated any other way. I hope this was the first and last time you'll ever have contact with that man, Goldman said, me. So it went on with other people that had written in on Reddit on what an asshole this guy is. And if she continued to date him, then anything he did anytime after this incident in the relationship, you cannot say he's an ass because his red flag was right here that screamed asshole, asshole. To tell you it's fine, if anyone in life, you're not feeling like you want to do something, if you don't want to go Easter egg hunting, if you don't want to go to the beach on Labor Day, if you don't want to go to the neighborhood block party, you don't have to. And for anyone to say, oh, you'll be fine when you give your reason why you won't do something, which you don't even have to, you don't owe anyone an explanation and you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. Now back to this girl. I really hope she wakes up because everybody wants to turn red flags pink. We all do it. We try to envision what we want someone to be. This guy may be great in so many other ways, but right here, it showed you he is an ass and it will never change. And we get upset because we figure, well, they should know or they shouldn't do this. And I thought they would do better. No, a red flag is a red flag. Use that. Anytime somebody does something that you're in any sort of relationship with, don't try to justify it. Don't make excuses for it. Look at it for what it is. And here is a clear warning sign of a toxic red flag. This is so bad. So anytime you are with somebody and they dismiss your feelings, they don't deserve a place in your life. If they don't, that is just so wrong. And I wrote that in my opinion, saying this is so wrong on so many levels. So this was just my little mini episode of my Newsweeks where I am the most humbled and honored as always. You can check out my episode with Taylor tomorrow. It's our Q&A with Marni and Tay. You can check out our Wetsy. Listen, I was about to say website and Etsy store, so I just said Wetsy. My website, Fabulously Flawed with 3 Ds, fabulouslyflawed.com, and you can find everything there. And our store, Fabulously Flawed with 2 Ds.net on Etsy. So I hope everybody has a fabulous day. Hope all your wishes come true. Make a Wish Wednesday. Never let anyone burst your bubble or ever let anyone ever dull your sparkle. Sending you guys so much love and so much peace.
Dishing out dazzling advice with a Newsweek twist. This is your go-to spot for embracing the mess, celebrating the successes, and never letting anyone dull your sparkle. Join us for laughs, life lessons, and a whole lot of fun. Fabulously Flawed, where perfect is overrated and every flaw is fabulous.